ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. First play from scrimmage. Here's Murray. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Murray now. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up second down. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he's got some space here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down.
Cohen missed all 2021 while trying to recover from a torn ACL suffered the year before. For a one-time All-Pro and one of the league's best young receiving backs, you certainly want to see him return to form and continue a promising young career.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
On the top. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Will we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
No gain on the play, and it'll be second down. To throw is Murray. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the gun on third down, Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, first and 10. A run between the tackles with Cohen. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Murray Murray going to throw. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray to Connor on the check down. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. No score after one on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there the last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw their pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. He's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. But the Vikings sitting in a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. They They run it again with Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline, and now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is. And then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The slot man in motion right. Murray now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Calling a gain of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, here's Andy Lee on to kick it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, You're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble and gets him a first down. From the gun, here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing is Cousins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 31.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now a handoff to Cohen running left side. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tariq Cohen, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7.
Cardinals 10, Vikings 7.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Second and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. And now here's another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. Crucial. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On play action, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. To throw, it's Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Down a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Cohen will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They hand off to their big tight end. And he is in for 6. Touchdown. Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Cardinals 17, Vikings 7.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Nwangu now from his end zone.
Nwangu on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22nd yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Ed one told me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Cook up the gut. Jimmy Moreland in there to bring him down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 24-yard line. He'll look to throw. Touchdown! Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Murray sets to throw on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They'll try the middle with Cook. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson from 21 yards away. And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat, and a first down.
And the Cardinal first down.
Here's Murray. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Slot man moves right. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Murray now on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. A huge play there for Arizona. 48 yards. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength. Murray keeps it himself, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Cardinals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
out to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. A little extra pressure with this one for Greg Joseph. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And this one is right through, and that will tie us at 24 all. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
On second down, it's Cook again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Now a first throw here in overtime. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
first down. He'll drop to throw it. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
10 more yards. Complete to Dalvin Cook.
Back to throw again. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. They've got the jumbo set out there. A huge play in this overtime session. It's 3rd and inches. They'll go with a keeper. And he will have a Vikings first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Oh, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. What a big-time interception that is here on the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, they're already knocking on the door with a short field. Remember, all they need is 3 points to win this game.
And that thinking just can't limit them on offense. The playbook should still be wide open. Get a first down, maybe 2. Do it safely. Nice throws that your quarterback can make. Nice runs that your running backs like. But make sure you get yourself into position and let your kicker have at it.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
What can Murray do now with his drive? And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. He's got it. A lot of work to get to the first down marker. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Well, it was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right. They weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. So a critical turnover on the third drive of overtime. And Charles, the end result is they're going to be set up in field goal range with a chance now to win it.
Absolutely. And all you're thinking right now as a field goal kicker is, go ahead and put me in, coach. I want to finish this off, and we can all go home with a victory.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is.